it's not uncommon to have kids move out of state, especially if they don't stay in polygamy. That is more, common for them to leave if they're not living in polygamy. If they are staying in polygamy, which I've found there's about a 10% ratio of polygamous children that stay in polygamy. Isabel shows up and they both cry together, Isabel and McKelty, and McKelty talks about how Isabel and Aspen are her best friends, and that's how it is growing up in polygamy. Your siblings are your best friends, and so there's a lot of family events. You do a lot of stuff together. I think that because of the way that we were raised, we weren't taught to communicate. We weren't in a very healthy environment. We were parentified at such a young age. We become really codependent on our siblings, and we need those relationships. Like, we need them to survive. I know for me, especially these last 2 years, it's been extremely hard to not have my support system like I have been so used to having a support system. I've been so close to my siblings, and then my divorce starts, my little brother dies, and all of my siblings are dealing with their own grief, living their own lives, either in bad relationships that they're struggling through, or just having their own issues that they've got to deal with. And so I went from having a full house of people, my adult children and my ex-husband, and, siblings coming over all the time. I had a niece that was renting a room in my basement, and then a second niece who lived there with her kids. And unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because I feel very fortunate now, but at the time, unfortunately, my marriage fell apart, and one adult child had moved out, and then the next adult child moved out. And right after the marriage fell apart, then both of my nieces moved out, and then it turned into needing to rent my basement to have a source of income. I got married at 17. 3 months after my 17th birthday, I didn't finish high school. I supported my ex-husband all the way through the 25 years of marriage, to the point where, he's capable of making a couple $100,000 a year, and I'm capable of making like maybe $36,000 a year.